This episode of the Accounting Insiders podcast is brought to you by Insightful Accountants Be Insightful membership program. Get 9 expert-led training tracks, over 30 CPE hours a year, hands-on workshops, and year-round premium content to grow your skills and your practice. Learn more at blog.insightfulaccountant.com. Just click the premium member content button.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Accounting Insiders podcast. My name is Gary DeHart. I'm the host of the Accounting Insiders podcast and the managing partner or publisher or whatever of Insightful Accountant, head trasher, taker outer. My guest today, it's October the 30th, 2025, a very scary time of year. And my guest today is Christi Richards. Christi is I don't have your exact title, but she heads up the event, GrowCon, for Universal Accounting. And Christi, welcome. You're a return guest, so glad you're able to carve out some time.
Yeah, thank you for having me again.
So I know that you have been out and about the past couple of weeks looking at venues for 2027 GrowCon, but we're here to talk about 2026 GrowCon, which surprisingly enough is only 7 months away, or actually probably less than 7 months?
Oh my
Because
gosh,
it's in May, right?
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Sorry. Yeah. Whoops, stress level just went up. But thank you for being here. We do want to talk about all things, both really Universal Accounting and GrowCon. And I do want to say on the front end, we are a sponsor, have been sponsor of GrowCon. Last year was our first year, and we will have a discount code that goes out there. So if you use that, somewhere down the road, Insightful Accountant may get a little bit of money. So I'm just throwing that out there on the front end so that if you click on our promotional link, we might get paid something. But with that said, last year was the first time I went to that show, had not really been aware of it. And I've been to many of the shows in the space, and it had just my feedback. I enjoyed the show. I loved the location. I thought the way the show was managed and run was fantastic. I think the sessions were very good. They're very engaging for people who were there. It was a different crowd for me, and by different, there's a lot of people there I didn't know, which there aren't too many shows we go to where we don't know a lot of people. So I found that very interesting as well. There were a lot of people, correct me if I'm wrong, a lot of people who were coming from industry into public accounting, whether in bookkeeping or various aspects of the business. But all in, I'm a fan. And that's a long way of saying I'm a fan. I look forward to going back there again this year take it, Christi.
This year's in Salt Lake City, Utah. It's being held at the downtown Salt Lake City Hilton.
Okay. And what's the date?
May 4, 5, and 6 of
so early May
2026.
Right.
Yeah,
so mark your calendars.
So after tax season, but before summer.
Right. Yeah, before everything kicks off. Kids will still be in school most everywhere, I think. And but it's a great time of year to be in Salt Lake, right? The weather was amazing last year. And but we're not talking about the weather, we're talking about the show. So what would I expect? So let's say, yep, somebody listens to this and they say, yep, I'm going to explore more, want to learn more about GrowCon. What can they expect from the event?
Well, we are a 3-day conference. We start a little bit later in the morning on Monday. It's a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We end in early afternoon on Wednesday. We're a main stage only conference, which means currently we do not have breakout sessions. Everybody stays together the entire time, which is interesting that we go through a very rigorous vetting process for our speakers to make sure that the content that they're providing will apply to most everyone in the room. Now, one of the unique things about our conference is we gear it around the owners of the bookkeeping, accounting, and tax firms. So the owners can come. The content is designed for the owners to build and scale and grow their firms, plan exit strategies, all of the things that owners would want. So you can expect the content of the sessions to be around that. We have 3 panels that we run, and the panel topics are always related to the owners of the firms. And so are the vendors that we have come. So we have exhibitors. We'll probably have somewhere between well, we'll probably have upwards of 20 exhibitors at this conference, so not an exorbitant amount, but we do have enough time throughout the conference for you to be able to visit all of the vendors. And that's a benefit because sometimes there is a tool or a resource out there that you don't even know exists that can take your business to the next level. So we're very on purpose about who comes as attendees. We're very on purpose about who comes as exhibitors, as panelists, and it's just a phenomenal conference.
Is the will the conference itself be in the hotel, or is it in like an adjacent facility?
So this year, the conference is inside the hotel. So
Okay.
if you book early enough and you're able to book your hotel room, you'll just simply be going downstairs to the ballroom. And then most of the activities are also in the hotel, or within walking distance of the hotel. So it's a phenomenal space. Great restaurants around the hotel. So yeah, it's all happening right there on property.
Right. And when this gets posted, and again, today we're recording this on October 30th. I always like to put a date in here. So, because 3 months from now, something we say may be outdated, but today these things are true. So October 30th, you said you don't have the full contact or list of speakers posted yet, but should be in the next few days. And then you'll have the sessions really hammered out by when?
So we do have, earlier than we've ever done before, we have our full list of speakers already chosen. So we've gone through the entire vetting process, application process, and the speakers are solidified. They are in process of getting added to the website as we speak. So by the time anyone sees this, it will be up on the GrowCon website, which will be posted here on the recording. So you'll be able to see all of the speakers. The panelists will probably be posted before the end of the year. By December, the panelists will also be posted, as will, I would assume that by the end of November, the agenda itself with all of the topics will be posted. We already have them all. I just need to get them organized. So yeah, those will be up soon, very soon.
Okay, great. And who are some of the speakers?
So we have 14 speakers coming in. Some of our top names that you might know, we have Jaime Rodriguez coming in. He's the owner and CEO of bookkeepers.com. We have Adam Lean, who is the founder principal of CFO Project. Brian Mayoral, who is from a company called Sellup. He's a marketer. He's been one of the top marketers for Tony Robbins for years. So he's a phenomenal marketer that we're super excited and blessed to have at the conference this year. We have David Cristello from Jetpack Workflow, Eric Green from Tax Rep Network. Sorry.
Say that 5 times fast.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. We have Sharon Fuller from Glass Wallet Ventures and 7 more. So those are just some of our names that we have coming.
Yeah, and you said prior to recording this, you were at the Women Who Count conference. She didn't have her book there, did she? Because she did her book launch at Intuit Connect this week.
So yes, her conference was last week, and we were able to go, and we sponsored that conference. And she left that conference 2 days later to do her book launch.
Yeah, and I
heard about it at the conference.
Yeah, I saw her at Connect, but many times, but she didn't have a copy of the book on her, so I didn't get one.
Oh, dang. Yeah, I didn't see it either. I saw the announcement come through while we were there in Arizona. So
right. So the all right, so I listened to this. I think, you know what? May is a great time of year. I've already gone through tax season. What am I going to learn if I go there? And obviously the agenda and all that's going to come out, like you said, no later than May. But what are the key
no later
things?
than November.
Oh, November, yes. I was testing to see if you were listening. You passed. So what are my key learning objectives that I'm going to walk away with?
That's a great question. And I don't know if all conferences are as organized and on purpose as we are about the content. We actually, so one of the principles that we teach in our book In the Black and Red to Black those are two books that we have at Universal Accounting. We teach something called MAP, and it's how to organize your business so that you're getting the most out of it. MAP is an acronym that stands for marketing, accounting, and production. So all of our topics that all of our speakers apply for fall in one of those categories. We have a fourth ancillary category. So marketing, how to grow, market, sell your product, get more clients in. Accounting, how to kind of position your products and services so that you're getting the most out of them, and what additional products and services you can offer. So we have a lot of people that come to the conference who are singular focused. They do just tax. They're a tax firm, or they do just bookkeeping, or maybe they're a CPA firm that leans one way or the other. And we introduce new opportunities for them to offer additional services, or maybe to specialize more in their services and niche in their services. So we talk about the accounting services and what they can do to make that better so that they're producing more, or seeing a higher ROI from their services. And the production side is all about their tech stack, how they can get the most out of the back end of their business, and make it produce better for them, make it more streamlined. The fourth topic that we address is headspace, because as owners of businesses, we have to keep our head in the game. We have to make sure that the employees we're hiring have their head in the game, and that we're leading them in a way that is the most productive. And so there's the marketing, accounting, production, and headspace are the four main topics that you'll see, and they're pretty equally distributed throughout. So by the end of sometime in November, in the next 2 to 4 weeks, all of those will be listed. All of the actual agenda for the conference 6 months from now will be listed.
Right. And that, you had mentioned it, but I just want to get clarity just in case somebody's not, and I can't remember the term that you used, but basically everything is main stage.
Yes.
So kind of just share what that is. I saw it, I witnessed it. I was, part of that last year. So I have, but people who may be listening may not know what you mean by that.
So at a lot of conferences you go to, you're able to select tracks, and you get to select the classes you go to. There might be 3 or 4 options, and you can select which breakout sessions you go to, and they're smaller. When you take 300 people and you break it up into 4 rooms, you might have 75, 100 people in a room. We keep everybody in the main area where the main stage is. We don't have breakout rooms. And so everybody's hearing you're with the same people throughout the whole conference, and everyone's hearing the same things. We've thought over the years about, as we've grown big enough to be able to do breakout sessions, we've had a lot of feedback from our attendees that they love the main stage concept. It's a little bit different than the other conferences they go to, and it's just something that's a little bit unique about us that people really, really enjoy. And so we've kept it there, even though in our minds we've thought, well, now we could do breakouts, we could branch out and do that. Our attendees have requested that we don't. So they do enjoy that. One other thing I really want to spell out here is we have partnered up with Earmark. We started last year. So we are a CPE certified conference. So CPAs who need their CPEs can come to the conference and get them there. In the past, that hasn't been the case. Last year was the first year we were able to offer CPEs.
Okay.
So that's another, even though it's main stage and people aren't selecting their own breakout sessions, we are CPE certified.
Great. And then I didn't sit in on a lot of the sessions, but did you find that are they changing tables, or are they pretty much that I'm at table 2 and I stay at table 2 the whole time because I like my comfort zone? What do you find about that?
I think we get a mix of both. The interesting part also about our conference is we have 3 different ticket types that people are able to opt into. Our VIP is the top status, the top level tier, and actually we're already sold out with our VIP tickets, but our VIPs are front row seating. So they get the front tables at the event, And so they'll mix and match a little bit, but some of them have their spot that they stay in the whole
Right.
conference. Um, Behind the VIPs, we have 44 premier tickets that we can talk about what's included in the premier tickets in a minute, but they get the next row, and then everyone behind that are standard tickets. We encourage people, and we do different activities that help them mix and match. I always tell people you want to sit in different places because I would think that one of the most important things at a conference, if not the most important thing at a conference, is the networking that happens more than the content. I mean, we go through months of vetting the speakers so that the content is off the charts. Super valuable, super high qualified people on stage. And though I used to think when I very first started in this space that the content was the most important thing, I've learned over the years that that is not the case. The networking and the teaming up that people do, the information they get from each other, the best friends that they make at the conference, that's really the most
Yep.
important thing.
Yeah. And the exhibit halls play into that too,
So
because
valuable.
yeah, as you touched on, you may run across a technology you've never heard of, or uh, new additions. Like when we were looking at your sponsor list, we noticed one of them has already changed names, right? Or just changed names. So so much can be done. I mean, the innovations really happen on the sponsor side, and a lot of that's
They
driven
do.
by attendees, but the sponsors are the ones who are, tweaking the workflow tools or what have you to make them better and more efficient and more effective for the professionals.
Well, and they change annually. Like
Yep.
our space, especially with AI in the mix now, everything changes so fast that you can go to the conference or a conference one year, and the very next year you're seeing a similar vendor or the same vendor, and what they're offering isn't even the same.
Right.
It's advanced so much. So I always recommend that the attendees visit every single table at the conference, whether they want to up level right now or not. It could be something that like, okay, in 15 months, in 12 months, I'm going to add this to my workflow to
Yep.
make it better. And it just lets you know what's out there to help you.
Absolutely. So, so I think we've covered most everything on the event. Again, the event is GrowCon 2026. The URL for that is, what's the best URL, best way to find it?
If you go to universalaccounting.com or
Yep.
universalaccountingschool.com, there's a GrowCon tab at the top. You can find the GrowCon website there. If you go to the GrowCon website, you can click on register now and use the discount code IA-300, and that gives you $300 off your ticket. So that's a code specific for Insightful Accountant. They will get an affiliate commission on that when you purchase tickets through them, and you'll get a $300 discount.
It's a
Right now,
win-win.
yeah, it is a win-win, and we're past our early bird pricing, so that $300 off is the best pricing you're going to see anywhere.
Great. All right. So let's bounce over to universal accounting. I had not had a whole lot of exposure to universal accounting prior to last year. And which is so funny. It's like, how can you be in this space for so long and then you run across, another company
Something
you've
new.
never heard of? Like, how is this possible? That's been around for a long time. Universal's been around a long, long time. Um, what's the elevator pitch on universal accounting? What is it?
So, Universal Accounting is a post-secondary accounting school. And what that means or what our focus is teaching and certifying bookkeepers, accounting professionals, and tax professionals, tax prep. So, if somebody is in the accounting space and they want to expand, maybe they're in the tax prep space and they want to add bookkeeping to their repertoire. They can have their people come on board, and we will train their people, or we
Okay.
will train them to add something to their space. Or maybe there's a stay-at-home mom who wants to get back in the workforce. She's been out of the workforce for 10 or 15 years and she wants her own business. She can enroll in Universal Accounting, and she can start a bookkeeping business in just a couple of months. 60 about 60 hours worth of time on at your own pace,
Mhm.
virtual learning, and you can get certified in bookkeeping or accounting or tax. We
And
also
then,
have an enrolled agent course that helps prepare people for the enrolled agent test.
okay, is the so on that, um, are you teaching me the fundamentals of accounting, like in the bookkeeping side? Am I learning the fundamentals of accounting? Am I learning the technology that's impacting the space now? What does that look like if I become a, did you say it's a certification?
Yes. So
Okay.
people that go through it, once they go through it and they pass the test,
Yeah.
then they get a designation after their name. So if they're going through
Okay.
the bookkeeping program, they would be a PB, a professional bookkeeper, and they get to use that designation after their name. So to answer your question, it starts with the basics of bookkeeping. We start
Okay.
pen on paper, teaching them the basics of transactions, the basics of bookkeeping, teaching them all of the things about charts of accounts and the basics. Then it moves after they've got the basics down and they learn how to do it on paper, they learn how to do it in software. Then it teaches them about starting a business and figuring out how to take the skill that they've just learned and implement it into a business, get clients, get their tech stack to work their business.
Yeah.
Um, the pinnacle of it all is GrowCon after the fact, where they come to GrowCon, they get their certificate, they get to walk across stage like a graduation. So those that are just starting businesses, that's why they come to GrowCon. And it's kind of
Okay.
their next step. Those who are in business come to GrowCon to take themselves to the next step. But yeah, our programs, whether it's bookkeeping or tax or in between, they start with the skills and then they move them through the business ownership.
Right. Okay. Great. Anything that we missed?
The only thing I can think of is as you are looking at whether or not you want to come to GrowCon, you have two options right now. You have a standard ticket, which gets you in the door for the 3-day conference. Um, if you stay at the hotel, your stay at the hotel includes breakfast. We're covering lunch and dinner on Monday. We cover lunch on Tuesday, lunch on Wednesday. So you're really only, if you have a standard ticket, you're looking for dinner on Tuesday and you're probably going home on Wednesday. So we cover most of your meals. And it's just a lovely, lovely event. The meals are lovely. Oh my gosh, the food at the Hilton is off the charts. If you want to go up a level, you can get a premier ticket. I think we have 35 left, premier tickets left in this moment today on October 30th. The premier ticket includes a Sunday night VIP activity. So the VIP tickets are sold out. VIP includes a weekend of activities, but the Sunday night dinner and activity on Sunday night is part of the premier ticket. So you fly in early enough to join us for dinner on Sunday night. Um, you stay at the hotel and it will cover breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The gala, we didn't talk about the gala. The gala is on Monday night and it's an awards gala.
Yeah.
Beautiful dinner. You can apply for awards there. Tuesday night is a VIP night. It's to allow the VIPs to rub shoulders with the speakers and the sponsors. It's a really fun casino night. And this year, the premier tickets get to come to the casino night on Tuesday night. So there's another dinner that's included for the premier tickets. So premier tickets get front of the room seating. They get Sunday night dinner and Tuesday night casino night. So something to look at as you're looking at your tickets, whether or not you want to do standard or premier. I think it's a $300. I think it's a $300 difference.
Okay. Yeah. And yeah, and having been there, I did the casino night. It was a lot of fun. Um, I'm just looking online to see if that pricing's there. But
It is.
with the IA discount, right? There's a $300 difference.
Yeah,
So
so the standard, it is a $300 difference in those tickets. So just to
right.
state it, a
Hmm.
standard ticket insightful accountant price is $697
Yeah.
at the discount, and a premier ticket is $997.
Yeah. With the discount. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. And so I think that covers it. Again. Me, I did go. I've been 1 year, enjoyed it, thought I like the activity we were a sponsor, like the engagement from attendees, came by our booth, met a lot of people again who I didn't know. And if you're someone who looks at an event like this or is like, I don't do conferences, this is a great one to start. And I'm not saying that because I might earn $2 off of you purchasing a ticket. I'm saying that because it's not overwhelming in size. The content that I set through was great content, and being produced by a company that does training, right? I mean, you guys are a school, so your content's, I would expect it to be very high level. So, and Salt Lake's a great place to go. So I can't say enough good things about it personally. Would encourage you to at least check it out. Go to the website again. It's universalaccounting.com
universalaccounting.com, click on GrowCon.
yeah, there we go. So that's I think that's it. Christi, thank you so much for being here, and we will post some links along with this as well. Plus we'll have some things on our website over the next coming months about it as well. So great.
Thanks,
Thank you
Gary.
again for your time, and I'm sure we'll talk soon.
Are you an accounting or tax professional who wants to stay ahead without spending a dime? Join thousands who trust insightful accountant and tax practice news to keep them informed and empowered. Get expert updates on QuickBooks, Xero, tax planning strategies, and workflow tips delivered straight to your inbox. Whether you're a solo bookkeeper, firm leader, or tax advisor, these newsletters are your shortcut to what's next in the profession. They're free, practical, and built for people like you. Visit insightfulaccountant.com and hit subscribe to start your smarter workflow today for free.